The Bank of Japan's BOJ next interest rate hike is becoming an increasingly debated topic among economists. A recent poll by Bloomberg revealed that 52% of economists expect the BOJ to hike rate to 0.75% in Q3, down from the previous 70% in March. This shift in expectations comes as markets become more volatile, and there are concerns about the impact of the Japanese economy. Despite this, there are still economists who see no change at the next two BOJ meeting decisions on 1 May and 17 June, with 84% of economists holding this view. However, there are also those who see a more specific month for the next rate hike. 28% of economists see July as a specific month for the BOJ hike rate next, while 21% see September as the specific month. There are also those who see the BOJ hiking rates in 2026 or later, with 23% of economists holding this view. This is a significant shift from the previous 0% who held this view. Overall, the poll highlights the uncertainty surrounding the timing of the next BOJ rate hike and the impact it could have on the Japanese economy. Despite this, the majority of economists still see a recession this year as being unlikely, with 87% of economists holding this view. In conclusion, the debate surrounding the next BOJ rate hike is likely to continue in the coming months as markets remain volatile, and there are concerns about the impact of the Japanese economy. While some economists see a rate hike in the near future, others are more cautious and predict no change at the next two BOJ meeting decisions. Ultimately, the decision will depend on a variety of factors, including the performance of the Japanese economy and global market conditions. The Bank of Japan, BOJ, has been one of the most aggressive central banks in the world, with a long history of quantitative easing and negative interest rates. However, recent developments have led some economists to question whether the BOJ will continue to hike rates as aggressively as before. A recent poll by ForexLive.com showed that 52% of economists expect the BOJ to hike rates to 0.75% in Q3, previously 70% in March. This is a significant shift from the previous forecast, as it suggests that the BOJ may not be as eager to raise rates as quickly as some had anticipated. The poll also showed that 84% of economists expect no change at the next two BOJ decisions on 1 May and 7 June. This suggests that the BOJ may be hesitant to hike rates too quickly, as it may have an impact on the Japanese economy. Additionally, 28% of economists see July as the specific month for the BOJ to hike rate next, while 21% see September as the specific month. This shows that there is still some debate among economists about when the BOJ will hike rate next. However, there are some economists who see the BOJ only hiking rates in 2026 or later. This is a significant shift from the previous forecast, as it suggests that the BOJ may not be as eager to raise rates as quickly as some had anticipated. This is likely due to the volatility in markets and the threat to the Japanese economy. Amidst all this uncertainty, one thing is clear. The Japanese economy is facing significant challenges. 87% of economists see a recession this year as being unlikely. This suggests that the Japanese economy is still in a fragile state, and any aggressive rate hike could have a negative impact on the country. In conclusion, the BOJ's next rate hike is still uncertain, and economists are divided on when it will happen. While some see a rate hike in Q3, others see no change at the next two BOJ meeting decisions on 1 May and 7 June. Additionally, there are those who see the BOJ only hiking rates in 2026 or later. The Japanese economy is facing significant challenges, and any aggressive rate hike could have a negative impact on the country. The Bank of Japan, BOJ, has been at the center of attention for investors and economists alike in recent weeks, as the global economy faces increasing volatility and uncertainty. In a recent survey, economists were split on when the BOJ might hike interest rates next. A majority of respondents, 52%, expect the BOJ to hike rates 75% in the third quarter of this year, which is a slight decrease from the 70% that expected a hike in March. However, there's still a significant amount of uncertainty surrounding the timing of the hike, as 46% of economists expect no change at the next two BOJ meeting decisions on May 1st and June 17th. Furthermore, there's a significant amount of variation among economists regarding when they believe the BOJ will hike rates next. 28% of respondents see July as the specific month for the hike, while 21% see September as the specific month. This indicates that there is still a lot of uncertainty surrounding when the hike will occur. Additionally, a small quarter of economists, 23%, predict that the BOJ will only hike rates in 2026 or later, which is a significant shift from the previous 0% that held this view. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the timing of the hike, there is still a majority of economists, 87%, who see a recession this year as being unlikely. This suggests that the Japanese economy is still in a relatively stable position despite the global economic downturn. Overall, the survey highlights the significant amount of uncertainty surrounding the timing of the next BOJ rate hike. While a majority of economists expect a hike to occur in the near future, there is still a significant amount of variation in opinion on when the hike will occur. As the global economy continues to face increasing volatility and uncertainty, investors and economists will continue to closely monitor the action of the BOJ.